right, our session today is going to be about adding buttons in a PowerPoint presentation. So far we've been working on making PowerPoint presentations that are automatic. They go by themselves. Not anymore. What we're going to do is create a show that can be controlled by clickable buttons, and the person watching the show can click the buttons that make the show go on. So here's how we're going to do this. I have tried to put a copy of the file that you need in your Insight Files folder. In case you were absent when I did it, it's also available for download on Schoology, so you could get it from there as well. Alright, so here I'm looking at my Insight Files folder. I'm going to open it up. And you should have one called Adding Buttons. It's a PowerPoint presentation. It's called Adding Buttons, and I'm going to open that up in PowerPoint, and you can get it open in PowerPoint however you want to. Now, as we go along through this, I'm going to show you how this is all going to work. Slide number 1 is a green slide, and it says right here on slide number 1, create a button that goes to the purple slide. All right. Now, we're going to work through some of this, and you can make a button out of almost anything. You can make a button out of a text box, or out of a word art object, or out of a shape, or out of a picture. Most of the times I'm going to do it by using a shape. So let's just try that. All right. I'm going up here to the Insert tab, and here it says Shapes, and so I've got all of these shapes. There's tons of them to choose from, and I could use any of these that I really wanted to use. All right, so I'm just going to kind of pick one here. I'm going to go with this shape right here. It's a round diagonal corner rectangle, pow, and I'm going to go ahead and draw that out. Now, if I really wanted to change the color of that, I could come up here where it says Shape Fill, and I could change the color of that box. It doesn't matter a whole lot. All right, so you pick whatever you want there. Now, it says I'm making a button that goes to the purple slide. So on this shape, let's go ahead and put some text that kind of tells where it's going to go. All right, and for example, and all you got to do to put text on a shape is just have the shape selected. You have to click on it, and then you can just start typing. So I can say, to the purple slide. All right, cool, great. Now, if you really wanted to, you could select that text in there. If you're thinking, well, gosh, that text is, it's not a great color or whatever, I could change the color of it if I wanted to. Okay, you just kind of triple click it, and that selects it, and you get this little font formatting box that pops up. You can change the color of the text and all that kind of thing if you want to. Okay, great. So it's a shape that says to the purple slide. So how do we do it now? How do I make that a button that is going to work? Well, here we go. I'm going to right-click on this button, right-click it, and go to Hyperlink. And this is the whole key. This is really what the assignment is about today. I'm going to hyperlink it. Pow. Now, what I want to do on this page here is over here on the left-hand side, I don't want to go to an existing file or a web page. No, that's not what I want. I want to go to a place in this document. Okay. All right, so I want to go to another slide that's in this document. Now, I've got a list of slide titles here, but it's hard to know which one's which until I start clicking on them. Oh, look. When I click on them, it gives me a little preview. Oh, I found it. I want that button to go to the purple slide, and look, there's the purple slide. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And that button is now kind of programmed to go to the purple slide. Now, if I click it right now, it's not going to work. It only works when I'm actually viewing the show. All right, when I'm viewing the show in a full screen mode, then it will work. So let's go ahead and do it. I might not do, there's 10 of these, and yeah, you have to do all 10 in the assignment. And I might not do all 10, we'll see. But I'm going to, let's do some more so you get some repetition here. So I'm going to go to page 2 over here on the left. I'm going to click page 2. Page 2 is a blue slide. It says here, create a button that goes to the brown slide. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm just going to use shapes for this. I'll go to Insert, I'll go to Shapes, I'll pick a shape that I like, I'll draw the shape. You can change the color of the shape if you wanted to. All the shape fill, shape outline, shape effects, that's all up here, so you could do that if you want. It's good to have some text on there, because if it's just a button that doesn't say anything, then how do you know where it's going? All right, so I'm going to say to the brown slide. There we go. It says to the brown slide. Now, a heads up. When you do this right-click hyperlink, don't right-click right on the text. And that's not a good idea. Don't right-click right on the text. Let's right-click like out here toward the edge of this shape. I'm going to do a right-click, and I'm going to go to hyperlink. And again, I want to do a place in this document, and this is supposed to go to the brown slide. Well, where's the brown slide? I'm just kind of checking here. Look, I found it. When you click on these slide titles over here, it's going to show you a little preview, and I found the one I'm looking for. All right, it's the brown slide, so I'll click OK there. That button has now been programmed to go to the brown slide. Now remember, it's not going to work right now. If I click on it right now, it's not going to go, but it will when I'm like viewing the show in full screen. All right, so let's move on. Let's do some more of these, and I'm going to start going, pretty fast here. Create a button that goes to the gray slide. All right, so insert shape, and get a shape you like, whoosh, and get some text on there. Gray slide. And I'm going to right click on that shape, and I'm going to hyperlink it, and we got to get to the gray slide. All right, well, where's the gray one here? Gray, 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 anyone? Gray, gray. I found it. Gray slide. There it is. Pow. All right, let's keep plugging here. Here's our purple slide. Create a button that goes to the black slide. Okay, well, insert shape. I'm just going to use shapes on mine. I guess if you really wanted to try out using some other things, you could. I'm just going to use shapes on mine. I'm not going to be picky about what you use. All right, this is going to the black slide. All right, so I got it. So I'm going to right-click out near the edge. Remember to do your right-click out near the edge. Don't right-click right in here on the text. That's probably not a good idea. All right, so I'm going to right-click hyperlink, and this is supposed to go to black. All right, I'm looking. Oh, found it. There it is. So I'm just clicking through these slide titles, and I see the one I want. I want the black slide. Great. Okay. All right, so let's plug along here. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. It won't take very long. I'm on the brown one now, so I'm going to do insert shapes. I'm going to get a shape, and again, use whatever you like. Doesn't matter really. All right. I mean, today it doesn't matter. And we're going to pink now, so we're going to say pink. All right. So put some text on there, so you kind of know where it's going to go. Right-click hyperlink. We're looking for pink. Oh, there it is. I found it. Pink slide right there. Well, look at that. First guess. Pow. First try. Now we're moving on to create a button that goes to the orange slide. Insert shape. You get the repetition here. You see how this works. You make a shape. This is orange. All right, I'm going to do a right click, do hyperlink, and we're headed to the orange slide. Let's find it. I found it. There it is. Orange slide. Pow. All right. We are nearing being done here. On this next one, I'm on slide number 7, which is the black one. It says create a button that goes to the blue slide. All right, so I'm going to insert a shape. I get the one I want. Blue for you. All right, and we'll do a right click and a hyperlink, and we're looking for a blue slide here. Did I pass it? I didn't pass it, did I? There it is. Bingo, I found it. All right, found the blue slide. Boom, got it. All right, and number 8. Let's speed this up. Now, actually, when you get to number 8, you're going to see it says the orange slide, and it says this is the end of the journey. Nice linking. Now save me and turn me in. So, you don't really need a button on this one, because it's going to turn out that the orange slide is the last slide in the show. So I'm going to get rid of that, and let's move on down here. Got to do the pink slide. All right, so just check all of them. Make sure you look at all of them here. All right. On the pink slide, we're creating a button that goes to yellow. Yellow. All right, we're going to right-click, hyperlink. We're looking for the yellow slide. Found it. And our final one here is this gray slide hiding down at the bottom. Insert shape. You make your shape. If you want to change the color of the shape, you can. It's going to go to the red slide. Red. Right click, hyperlink. We're looking for red. Got it. Whew. All the buttons are done. Now, to test this, and you won't be able to see all of my screen, so you'll just have to kind of trust me here, but if I press F5 and I start showing this thing, you can kind of see it down at the bottom. This button says to the purple slide. So if I click this now, I pressed F5 and I'm watching the show. So if I hit this button, oh look, it did go to the purple slide. All right, black slide it says here. So if I click it, it should, oh look, it went to the black slide. All right, this button down here, and you probably can't see all of it, but it says blue for you. Okay, well let's click it. It went to the blue slide. This one should go to the brown slide, and when I click on the button, it goes. Look, this one should go to the pink slide. Okay, it did. The yellow slide. Okay, great. The gray slide. Okay, super. And then the gray is now it's going to the red slide. Okay, good. And this button says let's go to orange. Okay, and then the orange slide says this is the end of our journey. Nice thinking. Now save and turn it in. All right, so I'm going to hit escape right there. Now you know you can go. I could go over here to transitions and say, well, you know, I also want to add, for example, a fracture transition and apply to all. And so if I start that show again now, and I click on this button that says purple slide, it does the fracture. All right, do I click this button here that says black slide, it does the fracture. It goes on. Blue slide does the fracture. Okay. So you can pick a transition method if you want to. The big difference in this show and the others that we did is this one is controlled by clicking buttons. I have created these buttons, and the way that I make this show go on is by clicking the buttons when I'm ready to. And that's the difference. You know, the others went by themselves with their own timing, but this I control the pace of. If I want to stay here on the slide for a long time, I can. And when I'm ready to go on, I click the button that takes me to the next place. Once I hit the orange slide, I'm at the end. I hit escape. And then I would just have to save this. Now remember, if it's in your Insight Files folder, you would just, if you click File and Save, it will save back into your Insight Files folder. If you want to save it on your network drive, you would do a Save As, and then you would have to hop up and turn this in on Schoology. So the handout, I do have a handout that will be, I didn't really show you the handout, but this is posted on my website. It's not actually right now when I'm making this movie, but by the time you're watching this movie, it will be. So this will be on my website, the handout, and the assignment will be posted on Schoology, and the file should be in your Insight Files folder, and if it's not, it will be attached on Schoology, so you can get it from there. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, that's your mission on this one. You're going to design you're going to work on putting buttons into this PowerPoint presentation, and then try it out and make sure that they work when you click them. All right, end of video. Your turn. Off you go.